Hi, Becky Arnold with Sierra Sotheby's International Realty in Tahoe City. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about the inspection contingency in the purchase agreement. The inspection period is your opportunity to thoroughly evaluate the property. During this time, you can hire professionals to inspect for structural issues, pests, and environmental hazards. Now, I will say, in Tahoe, we have some things that are a little bit more important, I would say, or maybe you should just take a little bit more concern of them. And a lot of people I find are not used to living in snow country, so it's a good time to just go over some of those things. First off, a roof inspection. Based upon the age of the property, we'll definitely want to know the age of the roof. If it's an older roof, you're going to want to check with your insurance company to make sure that it's 22 and a half years. That's the magic number these days. Old or less, or if it isn't, we want to have somebody potentially go out and do a roof inspection. Another thing we have in our area is defensible space or fire hardening. Now, certain times of the year, the ground is covered in snow and there's no way for them to do the inspections. So in California, when a property transfers, you have 1 calendar year from the date of the transfer to make sure that your property complies with the current defensible space standards. Now, in the summer months, it's very easy for us to get an inspection done by CAL FIRE or one of the local fire departments. We provide that report to you, and it'll either say it's clear or it'll have a list of things that will need to be remedied. Again, you can negotiate between the buyer and seller, whether that's done prior to close of escrow or after, but the buyer will have 1 year after the transfer to get those items completed. Now, we're in snow country, so if there's snow on the ground, they're not able to do those inspections. So please keep in mind, if you are a buyer purchasing in the winter, that you will need to have a fire inspection done at some point once the snow clears. Just reach out to me or your agent and we will make sure that that is done, and we will provide you with people that are able to rectify any issues that may come up on the report. Also in the Tahoe Basin, we have some other unique reports and inspections, certifications that are done. Now, some of these are mandatory, some of these are completely negotiable. And the TRPA has required what we call best management practices, or BMPs, the acronym, and this is erosion control measures. This is to ensure that all of the water that comes off roofs, driveways, and into the right-of-way is clean and clear before it enters the aquifer or Lake Tahoe. We're just trying to keep Tahoe as crystal clear and beautiful as it always is. So these BMPs may be done or may not be done on a property. If it has been done, there will be a certificate that is provided. If there's not a certificate, we can discuss whether you would like to find out what the cost will be to install those BMPs, and we can discuss the likelihood of whether that'll come up. Now, I have found this has kind of been punted down the road numerous times. However, it does state that we should all be in compliance with these erosion control measures. If you are going to purchase a house and plan on doing any sort of remodeling over 1,000 square feet, please keep in mind that the BMPs will be a requirement as part of your building permit. So it may be very important to you, it may not be. From an environmental standpoint, I think we all want to keep the lake clean and clear, but that's what best management practices are. Now, there's a lot of different things that are intricacies for just Lake Tahoe, and most of them are created by the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency. So we can go over those in greater detail on your specific property, but I wanted to bring up some of the few things that you should be aware of as you move forward through the inspection process. Now, based on the inspection results, you can request repairs or credits from the seller. The seller can agree, he can counter, or he can refuse all of the requests. Now, we will negotiate together to find the best solution for you. And once satisfied, we will proceed by removing those contingencies in writing. Everything in California is done in writing, so please keep in mind, if you are traveling for work or away from your computer and the day comes and goes, it doesn't mean that you have lost the right to ask for repairs or credits. It just simply means that we do need to be aware of the timeframes and try and act as promptly as possible. All of these will be removed in writing before you proceed. Thank you very much for watching this. Again, Becky Arnold with Sierra Sotheby's International Realty in Tahoe City. Quick overview, but please feel free to reach out anytime for more specific questions about any of the items that we covered in the inspection period.